Welcome to Chapter 2. In this chapter, we're going to get your Java environment all set up so you can start writing Java code. It's important that you go through this step before you write any code because you won't have anywhere to write it. We recommend that you use what we call an Integrated Development Environment, or IDE. This is a place where you can write your code, you can easily spot errors, and you can easily fix them. It's going to be a place where you can compile your code, you can run it, and you can see the results. I highly recommend that you use an IDE called IntelliJ IDEA. There's a community edition of this software that is absolutely free for you to use. And at the bottom of this page, you'll see that there's a URL you can use to download the software. Further in this chapter, we'll talk about how to download it, how to install it, and then we'll also talk about how to write your very, very first Java program. Now I'm going to show you what you need to do to download IntelliJ IDEA, which is the integrated development environment that we're going to use for this video. So we're going to start by typing in the URL. And the URL for this is jetbrains.com/IDEA/download. And you don't have to have the other slash. Hit enter on your browser. Now your browser has gone out to see what system you're running on. And so for me, I'm running on a Mac, and so it's presenting me with the Mac options. If you're running on a Windows machine, it will present you with your Windows options. If you're running on a Linux machine, it'll present you with those. If you're not running on either of those three, we've got a little problem because you're not going to be able to install IDEA on your machine. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to download the software, and then we're going to run it. So we're going to, if you click down, this is the Ultimate Edition, and so you got to pay for that one. But if you just scroll down right here, you're going to find the Community Edition, and then you can click Download here. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time based on how much bandwidth you have on your internet connection. And right up here at the top, you can see that it's starting to download it. And it will, like I say, this could take 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, just depending on what your internet connection is. Once it is downloaded, right up here, you'll be able to click on the program that was downloaded, and then that will execute the install program. And the install program will take you through some steps, like where do you want to install it? You need to make those decisions. And then it's going to, then you'll be able to run it. So it might put an icon on your desktop. It might it just depends on what decisions that you make. Once you have downloaded it, run the install program, and it's completed, then the next step for you will be to execute the, to run it so we can start using it. Now I'm going to assume that you've already gone to the JetBrains IntelliJ website, downloaded the software, ran the install, and then clicked on the icon to run IntelliJ IDEA. Now yours may look a little bit different than mine because it's your first time running it. It looks a little bit different. The version may be a little bit different, but that won't matter. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a project. So you click on the new project, and then we're going to call this new project Stuff. And right here is where you tell it where to put this new project. So you can put it wherever you want on your system. You're going to be creating a bunch of these. And so you're going to want to have it be somewhere that's not, that it's accessible to you. So I'm not sure why mine's not going to browse here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to put this on my desktop for right now. All right. You're going to be selecting, you don't have to create a Git repository at this point. You're going to be selecting IntelliJ and what version of Java that you're going to be using. So I'm going to find the most recent version of Java. And you can select if you want sample code or don't want sample code. That's completely up to you. And I'm going to click Create right here. And so the result of that is that it opens up the IntelliJ IDEA IDE, and it actually went through the process of creating this little program for you that you can run just to make sure that everything's working okay. And that's awesome. We're going to do the same thing, though, ourselves. So this tells you what your project name is. Over on this side, this is the project folder. And you can make this smaller or bigger or however you want, whatever you want to do. But we're going to create our own program. So we're going to go right here to source, and we're going to right click, and we're going to say new Java class. So you get a chance to write your very first Java class. In fact, we're just going to call it my class because we can't think of anything else to call it right now. And we're going to hit enter. And I'm going to just cancel right here. If you get this, you can either add or cancel. It doesn't really matter. All right. Now what it's done is it has created a shell program. This program will do absolutely nothing. And I'm just going to give you some things to type in that you're going to have no idea what they do yet. And that's okay. You're going to learn those as a part of the videos that I'm creating. So public, this is all in lowercase, by the way, static, void, main, then open parentheses. Now, string is uppercase. And by the way, Java really cares about whether it's upper or lowercase, just like that. Now, out here, I'm going to put a squiggly brace. And then you notice how it put the second one on there too. It kind of helps you out as you go. Hit enter. And now we're going to go system. Notice system is in uppercase, out, print line, and then in quotes, we're going to type whatever you want. Hello world is what I'm going to type here. And then at the very end of this line, you'll learn more about this, we're going to put a semicolon. Now, that is your very, very, very first program. And so what we're going to do is we're going to need to run this darn thing. So I am going to come right over here. Here's the name of our class. I'm going to just right click on it. And I'm going to go right down here to run main class. It's going to think for a minute. It compiles it, which it's doing right now. And then right down here at the bottom, it's going to show you that it ran and it displayed hello world. Now, if you get anything else besides hello world down here, the first thing I would do is come back up here and look at what you've typed, because it's going to be a little tricky. You know, you have to type exactly like it is here. So an example is if I type uppercase M, notice how it highlighted it different. Or if I type public wrong, whoa, look at there. It highlighted it in red. So it's going to help you, and we will have additional chapters that get into a lot more about debugging, finding your bugs, and fixing your bugs. But just make sure there aren't any reds, make sure you've spelled everything right, upper and lower case, and you should be good to go and ready to start doing the programming that we're going to be doing. Now, just a couple things I want to point out. I mentioned here is your project area. Here is the place where you're going to actually write your programs. Across the top, there are tabs for different programs. Remember, it created this one on its own, and this is the one we just created. And then down below here is where is your execution area. It's going to run your program and display output. When we get to the point where you need to type in input, like we may write a program where you have to type in your name, and then we display it, that's also going to happen right down in this area.